This is everything in business. This is where James and I see 80% of people be majorly challenged when they're first starting out, because people don't speak in ethereal. People they're not interested in some process that you have. They are interested in, my tooth hurts. Listen, if you have ever been in dire pain, I use this analogy a lot. Like, you go to the doctor, you find out you have something extraordinarily serious, a brain tumor. You don't want a 3-hour dissertation on what type of scalpel they use, where they order it from. You're like, tell me you're going to get it out, and tell me I'm going to be okay. And that's what the divorced women you work with want. That's what the business owners you work with want. That's what the parents you work with want. That's what the people who are in a health crisis or overweight work with you want. They just want to know that they can go from pain to solution. So James, before we go to the next thing, I want to use an example. James, are you watching the chat?
I can't see chat. No.
Okay, no, that's right, I forgot. So we'll come up with an example. Let's use a relationship coach, right? Mm-hmm. Let's use a relationship coach. Walk me through what those 3 things would be for them, James. An example of what those 3 things would be for a relationship coach. Okay, everybody. So you'll see James talking, but I'm going to write here. So relationship coach. Okay, James, give them an example of what this would look like.
All right, so somebody who's having a bad relationship, they're on the verge of divorce, let's say. So their pain is, everything I try to tell, I'm going to play the woman, everything I try to tell him, he never listens to me. And my kids are, it's affecting my kids, because my kids now are getting bad grades, and I don't want the kids to have to go through this kind of situation. I've tried everything, but nothing seems to be working. I really don't want to get divorced, but at this point, I don't see another way out.
Okay, see this here, everybody, right? So we've got, the pain is, I don't ever feel like he listens. My kids are affected. They have bad grades. There's a problem, and I don't see a way out. I don't want to get divorced, but I don't see a way out. And I would say, when you sum all of that up, I'm at the end, right? Yeah. I am at the end, okay? So you can see that on the screen there. Here, that's a simple example. Okay, James, all right, now, what would be the root cause diagnosis?
Well, I'm not a relationship coach, so I'm going to take a stab at this. But let's say it is, for example, that you're not acting as a unit. You're not acting as a relationship. You're acting as 2 individuals. And in reality, there's 3 parts to a successful marriage. There's you, your spouse, and then there's the relationship itself. And when you have all 3 harmonized, that's what creates a successful long-term relationship, the kind of relationship that's in the top 10% of all successful relationships.
Right? So obviously this is partly going to be whatever it is your specialty area is and your talent and skill. But, right, you aren't acting together. You're not working as a partnership. You're both kind of Wild West in your own area. And I believe there's 3 levels to a relationship. They are boom, boom, boom. And that is how you act as, it's kind of the Holy Trinity. And you're not acting in that way. You're acting independent. We can work on that and fix it. Okay. So now, next level. James, where do we go to?
Now we have a treatment. So this is the process to do this. First is we need to find a shared vision of why you both got in the relationship in the first place. What do you share in your values and in your dreams? And then secondly, we need to have the communication so that you hear each other's vision and values for the relationship, and you both have buy-in into the relationship. And the minute you do that, that immediately takes the pressure off of just you against them, because now you've brought in this third entity, this third component of the relationship itself.
And
so once, yeah.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, James. Go ahead.
Yeah. So when you have the communication buy-in, that's when you can start to have real honest communication, because you are coming from a place of your shared vision.
And what I want you all to notice in a big way is, can you see how critical specificity is? Tangible things I'm going to give you, talk to you about, work on with you, and get you to resolve. These are not jargon words. They're not airy-fairy. We'll get into even more of that later. But you can see these 3 areas carry somebody through from problem and pain all the way to solution, right? And the thing that is most critical that I want you guys to absolutely be aware of is truly everybody comes to you with a pain of some sort. What happens here is truly insignificant to them. They're not thinking process. They want solution, which the solution means to be pain-free. And you really, I think it helps for you to think of this in terms of physical pain. Because when we start talking about emotional pain, and most of you are here at my event because you have emotional pain or money pain. Would that be right? Let me see some head nods, right? You're here in money pain, client pain, right? I need more clients. I want to make more money. I want to get my business going. So when you think in terms of pain that is relationship pain, or it's the pain of parenting, or it's a divorce coach, or it's you help people with stress and anxiety or overwhelm, it doesn't resonate as true as when you think about physical pain. So as you're building out your messages, I want you to think in terms of, if this looked like and sounded like physical pain, am I specific enough? Am I tangible enough? Am I clear enough?